Good day, student. I hope everybody is doing well. Great. Today, what we are going to discuss is about how to use the escape counting method to find the product of numbers. The main strands is still number here, and our substrands is number operations. When we talk about the operation sign, we have the multiplication sign, division, addition, and subtraction. So we are taking them one after the other. We have first tackled the multiplication here. Under the multiplication, we have one method that we can use to find the product of numbers. And that method is called the escape counting method. So we are going to use how to use the escape counting method to find the product of numbers or to solve a multiplication problem. Good. Escape counting method is one of the methods that we use to solve a multiplication problem or use to find the product of numbers. When we say product means when you multiply two numbers, the answer that you get, you call it the product. There are two ways of escape counting a number. If you want to escape counting a number, we have two ways of doing that. One, we call it escape counting up or forward. Escape counting up or forward, which means add the multiplier to the known facts. Based on what you are going to do, that is why we have some of the terminologies here. When we say multiplier is a particular number found in known facts and unknown facts. There's a single number that can be found in the known facts and unknown facts. The meaning of known facts is the mathematical sentence with an answer. Example, 4 times 5 is equal to 20. This is a complete sentence. So this one here, we call it known fact. We know the answer already. So something that you know, that we are going to base on the known facts to find the other unknown facts. And when you talk about unknown fact, is a mathematical sentence without an answer. Example, 6 times 3. There's no answer here. So this one, we call it unknown facts. The multiplier happens to be a number that found in the known facts and at the same time unknown fact. When you get there, you cross that. Like what I was talking about, I said we have two ways of escape counting a number. Escape counting up or forward means add the multiplier to get the known facts. Escape counting down also means what? Subtract the multiplier to get the known facts. Okay, so let's do one more example so that you will know the difference between the escape counting up by adding and escape counting down by what? Subtracting. I said the multiplier happens to be a number that appears in the known facts and unknown facts. Known fact is the mathematical sentence with an answer. 4 times 5 is 20. We have the answer here. So the answer is known to us. That is why we call known fact, no doubt of that. The unknown fact is also the mathematical statement or sentence without an answer. When we have the 6 times 3 here, you see there's a question mark here, which means that the answer is not known to us. So that one, we call it unknown facts. Good. So without wasting my time, let's solve one more examples under the known facts and unknown fact by using the escape counting method and the escape counting down. Example. Find the product of the following. Use the known fact given. A. If 4 times 8 is equal to 32, find 5 times 8. So with the A, the one that we have, the answer here is 32. The 4 times 8 is 32. But the one that we don't have the answer is 5 times 8. We are going to use the known facts to build our unknown fact here. So based on the first question that I read, the 4 times 8 is the known fact because we know the answer to be 32. Find 5 times 8. The 5 times 8 is the one that we don't know that we are going to find out. So that one is unknown facts. That is why the question says use the known fact given. So the given known fact here is 4 times 8. Good. The B, if 7 times 10 here is equal to 70, find 9 times 10. For the B, our known fact here is 7 times 10, which is 70. The question are giving it to us. So we are going to, based on the 7 times 10 here, to find 9 times 10. Now the C, 5 times 3 is 15. Find 7 times 5. Here, 5 times 3 is 15 is the known fact because there's an answer here. But 7 times 5 or 5 times 7 here is unknown fact. That is why we are going to use the given known fact, which is the 5 times 3, giving us 15, to find 7 times 5. Good. So without wasting my time, you write your solution. Then let's write our illustration. Now, this is the question here. So the first thing you have to do is that you identify the known facts. And we know the known fact is 4 times 8. That gives us what? 32. And then unknown fact is what? 5 times 8. That is the one that we don't have the answer. Now, before you can solve this one, then you find out of what? The multiplier. We said the multiplier is a number that appears in the known facts and at the same time appears in the unknown facts. So now looking at the known fact here, we have 8. And then the unknown fact, we have what? Another 8. So this particular 8 here appears in the known facts and at the same time appears in the what? Unknown facts. Therefore, the 8 is the multiplier. So which means we are going to start with what? The 8. Good. Now, looking at this one, then let's start our thing with the 8 here. Good. Now we have so always you must start with the multiplier. So with the known fact, we have the 8, we have 8, times 4. That is equal to 32. Then unknown fact, you must also start with the same multiplier, the one that you identify, okay? So that the first row will be a uniform number. So times 5, that is equal to the question mark, okay? Good. So based on this, we are going to analyze our numbers here. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32. Then 8 times 5. Now 8 times 5. Based on the numbers here, we have the 4 to 5, which means that the number, it has increased from the 4 to 5. The number here, it has increased from 4 to 5. So which means that we are going to skip counting from the 4 up to what? 5. So our narration here will be skip counting up. And we said when you skip counting up, it means you always add the multiplier to the known facts. Okay, good. Now, this is how our narration will be: skip counting up by adding, and our multiplier here was what? 8. Good. Good. So you start with this one. So which means that we are going to add the 8 to the number that we have it here to get the unknown what? Facts. So when you have the 8, the 8 times 4, which is equal to 32, that is the known facts. Then 8 times, then when you are still counting from the 4, the next number, when you skip counting up, when you continue from the 4, the immediate number from the 4 will be the 5. And then that one will be equal to 32 plus 8. And that is 40. When you add the 32 plus 8, you get 40. Therefore, eight times 5 is equal to 40. Good. Now, let's solve the B. Now the B. The B, let's identify the multiplier here. The B, we have 7 times 10 give us what? 70. Then 9 times 10 is unknown fact, but we know the known fact here is 7 times 10. So you could see a certain number appears in the known fact and at the same time unknown fact, and that is the 10. So now you write your illustration. Then now you always start with the multiplier. So with the known fact, the multiplier is the 10 times 7 equal to 70. Then unknown fact, the multiplier is the 10 times what? 9 equal to the question mark. Now let's do our analysis here. Now it's obvious that the 10 times 7 is 70, but we're supposed to find the 10 times 9. That from the 7 to 9, it means the number it has increased, okay? So from 7 to 9, it has increased, which means that you are going to skip counting up. Skip counting up means you'll be adding the multiplier, which is the 10, to the what? To the known facts. And there's a difference here. Here, from the 7 to 9, you need the 2 steps before you move from the 7 to what? To 9. Because from the 7, you'll be skip counting. The next number after 7 will be 8 before 9. So make note of that. Okay, good. So let's write our narration here. That will be skip counting up by adding the multiplier, which is the 10. Okay. Good. Now you start your operations. We have the 10 times 7. That is the known fact. So always you must start with the known fact. That is why the question says use the known facts given to find the unknown facts. And that is what the 70. The next one, always you must start with the multiplier because you have realized that we have only one multiplier here, which is the 10. So always you start with the 10 times. Then you think about the number. When you move from the 7, the immediate number from the 7 is 8. Okay, though you're supposed to find the 10 times 9, but you reach 8 before 9. So you can't ignore the 8 and bypass to get what? 9. So you must also find the what? The product of 10 times 9. 10 times 8 before 10 times 9. Okay. So here The answer here will be the 70 plus the multiplier. The multiplier is the 10, and the answer here will be what? 80. Okay, good. Now we are still moving on. We have not even reached the 9. So 10 times the next number after 8, because you are keep counting up, you move up. Okay, so the next number after 8 here is the 9, which is equal to then the 80 plus the multiplier, and that gave us what? 90. Okay, good. Therefore, ten times 9 is equal to 90. Okay, good. Good. Now let's solve the C. The C, you identify the multiplier. When you say the multiplier is the number that appears in the known fact. The known fact is also a mathematical sentence with an answer here. So here we have the 5 times 3, that gave us what? 15. That is the known fact. Yeah, so we read that. Then, based on the known fact that we are going to use to find the unknown facts, that is the 7 times 5. So a particular number appears in the known fact and at the same time appears in what? Unknown fact. That is the number we call what? The multiplier. So that number, we call it multipliers. That is the 5 here and the 5 here. It's a 5 that appears in both known fact and unknown facts. Then let me write my solution or the illustration. I have already written the solution. So the illustration, okay, good. Now the C, the known facts, we must start with the multiplier. We have established that the 5 is the multiplier because 5 is the particular number that appears in the known fact and at the same time it appears in what? The unknown facts. So here we start solving. So the known fact, which will start with the 5 times 3 equal to 15. Then what is the question say about the next one? You say you should find 5 times 7 equal to unknown. Okay, good. Now let's analyze certain things here. Okay, now looking at this one here, the 5 and 5, they are the same. That is why always you must start with the multiplier, a particular number that appears in both known facts and unknown facts. Now looking at this one, we have the 3 moving to what? 7. Okay, so there's an increment here. This number, it has increased to what? To 7. So you need to skip counting up. So you are going to skip counting up for how many times that you reach 7, which means the 4 times, okay, before you reach 7. So make note of that. There's a difference from the 3 to 7. The difference is 4. So the 4 movement which means that you'll be adding the multiplier 4 times before you reach what? The 7. Good. Now, since we know this 3 to 7 here means we should skip counting up because the number keep on increasing. So here our narration will be skip counting up by adding the multiplier, which is the 5. Okay. Good. Now we know what to do now. So you'll be adding the 5 to the known fact to get the immediate number and then in that order. So let's start. Always start with the known facts. That is a 5 times 3 here equal to 15. So based on this, that we are going to find the remaining multiples of 5. Then 5 times from the 3, when you skip by 1 from 3, you move on to what? 4, okay? Because we can't just jump from 3 to 7. You need to pass through all the necessary numbers at the back of the 3, okay? So here, you pass through the 4, pass through the 5, pass through the 6 before finally reach what? 7. So here, you skip by 1, counting up by 1 before here, okay? And that answer will be what? Per what you stated above here says what? You'll be skip counting up by adding 5. So the known fact here is 15 plus of what we stated, which is the plus 5. That gives us what? 15 plus 5 is what? 20. Okay, good. Now you move on to the 5 times the next number. When you skip counting up from the 4, then you move on to what? 5. And the answer here always you find. So now 4 times 5 is the known fact now. So you pick the answer from then, which is the 20 plus the narration that you're written over there plus 5 plus 5 here. And the answer is what? 25. Okay. So here you skip counting up. We are still popping up towards to the 7. So you'll be passing through all the numbers in front of the 3. So here will be 5 times the next immediate number here will be from the 5, you move on to 6. Okay. Then equal to, then you pick the answer, which is the 25, the previous answer, which is the 25 plus the 5 that you say we should add, okay? And that gave us what? 25 plus 5 is what? 30. Good. We are still not reaching what? The 7. So you keep on adding. So the 5 times 7 here which is equal to the previous answer. Now is 30 plus 5. And that gave us what? 35. Okay. Therefore, 5 times 7 is equal to 35. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Good. Man, your obvious calculator. Good. Now let's proceed. Okay. Good. So always the first thing you have to do is that you identify the multiplier and then you start with the multiplier. Then you write your narration, whether you are skipping it up or you check the number. When it's increasing, then it means the number need to be skipped up, okay? Or when it decreases, then you skip it down. Good. So let's solve the other example here. So let's assuming there's a situation where the number keep on decreasing, then you apply what the skip counting down, where you be subtracting the number from. So here, example, find the product of the following by using the known facts given. So you will still, our answer here will still based on the known facts here. Okay, good. So let's solve it. Illustration. Write my solution first. Solution for all. Good. Put it here. Okay. Then illustration. Now before then, let's identify the multiplier here. 7 times 3 is 21 and 3 times 2 is unknown. So 7, 3 here is the known fact. So there's a number here, which is a 3 and 3 here. So once the 3 appears in the known fact and at the same time unknown fact, you call it the multiplier. Okay, good. Therefore, you start with the multiplier here. Now we have the 3 times 7 equal to 21. Okay, good. Then the question says you should find 3 times 2 equal to the question mark. Now, from 72, which means that it has been decreased, okay? Looking at this one here, from 7 here to 2, because from the 7, we know the answer for. To the 2 here, we don't know. So, which means that you move back, okay? And so you skip counting down by subtracting the multiple of what? The 3 from the answers here, okay? No, this one is our current answer. So in order to get it 3 times 2, you can't jump from the 7 to 2. You must move gradually from the 7. You move on to the 6. You move on to what? To the 5, 4, 3 before you reach what? The 2. Okay? So we have a lot to do now. Good. So here, let's try something here. Skip counting down by subtracting the multiplier, which is the 3. Okay. Good. Now let's start with a known fact. We have the 3 times 7, which is equal to 21 here. Then always start with the multiplier, because we know the multiplier is the number appears in the known fact and at the same time unknown fact. So we start with the 3 again. Times, this time you not write 2 because you can't jump from the 7 to 2. Because here you have written that we should skip counting down by subtracting 3. So here the immediate number, when you skip counting down from 7 down is what? 6. Okay, that is the immediate number or the nearest number to the 7, that is the 6. And the answer here will be 21 here minus 3. Okay, then the answer is what? 18. Good. Then you move to the next level because you are working towards 2. From the 7, descending by step. You can't jump. That is why we are skipping counting. Counting means the one intervals. Okay, good. So now here is the 3 times the nearest to the 6 is also 5. Okay, good. Then our previous answer is now what? 18. Then minus 3. Therefore, the answer is what? 15. Okay, good. Now here, 3 times the nearest number to the 5 here. When you are descending, then here is 4 equal to 15. That is our previous known facts answer. Minus of what? The 3. The answer is what? 12. Now we still have the 3 times 3, which is equal to the previous answer, which is the 12, minus 3 here. That is what? 9. Okay, good. Now, we have reached what? The 2. Sorry. So we have the 3 times 2 is equal to the previous answer, which is the 9 minus 3 here. That give us what? 6. Okay. Therefore, three times 2 equal to 6. Good. Good. We have done with this. Okay. Good. So let's the question B. The question B, 2, you have to identify the multiplier. So 1, we know the known fact is our 9 times 10, that gave us 90. And the question says we should use 9 times 10 to find the 10 times 5. So here, the multiplier here is a 10 appears here, and at the same time, 10 appears here. Okay, then let's write our illustration. Illustration. Now let's state the question here. Because we have already identified the multiplier, you must always start with the multiplier. So the multiplier is 10 times 9 equal to 90. Okay. Then the question says we should find 10 times what? 5 equal to the question mark. Okay. Good. Now, based on this, that we are going to do our analysis. Now, from the 9 to 5, it means the number it has decreased. Okay. A SWAT. So a SWAT is an Ebeka Bayachi, O Cambodia, you frame. What mean free 9 in jump on 5? You need to pass through the what the 8, 7, 6 before 5. Okay. So don't forget about that. So here, from the 9 to 5, you need to pass through 4 steps before you reach there. So let's write our narrations here. We have the skip, counting down by subtracting the multiplier, which is the 10. Okay. Then you start with the known fact, the one that we know here. Okay, good. Now we have 10 times 9 is equal to 90. Then 10 times, this time you not write 5, okay? Because you are descending, so you start from the immediate number, or you move to the immediate number when you are descending. That is 8 here. And here will be equal to 90. The previous answer is 90 minus the multiplier, okay? And the answer here is what? 80. Good. Now 10 times what? 7. 7 is also after 8. When you are descending, then you move on to what? The 7 before you move on to 5, the 6 and 5. So here will be the previous answer is what? 80 minus 10, the multiplier. Then the answer will be 70. Wait. Now we have the 10 times 6, which is equal to the previous answer, which is 70 minus 10, the multiplier, and the answer is was 60. Okay. Then you have the 10 times 5. That is the previous answer minus the multiplier. That here is what? 60 minus 10. The answer is 50. Okay. The answer is 50. Therefore, ten times 5 is equal to 50. Okay. With that. Get a space. Okay. Good. Now let's solve the question C here. First, let's identify the multiplier. We have the 6 here and the 6 here. So the 6 is the multiplier this time. So let me write my illustration. Good. Then we start with the multiplier. So we have the 6 times 7, okay, which is equal to 42. Then the question says we should find 6 times 5 equal to the question mark. Okay, good. Now that we are going to do our analysis, okay. Now per this, from the 7 to 5, it means it has decreased. So unless we count back before you can reach 7, okay? And you can't jump from the 7 to 5, okay? You need to pass through the what? The 6 and before the 5, okay? So make note of that. So let's write, because here we are going to count down, okay? When you count down before you can get to what? The 5. So our skip counting will be the skip counting down, okay? Good. And we have the skip counting down by subtracting the multiplier, which is the 6, okay? Good. Now we start with the multiplier, okay? Then you write, when you start with the multiplier, then you make sure that you write all. Now let's see something here. That is the 6 times 7, which is the known facts, equal to 42. Then 6 times the number, the immediate number when you skip counting down from the 7 is what? Is 6 here. And then which will be 42 minus 6, okay? And that one will be 36, okay? Good. Then you skip counting down again, which is the 6 times 5, which is the previous answer, which is 36 minus 6. And the answer is what? 30. Therefore, 6 times 5 is equal to 30. Okay. Good. Now we have done solving the 3 examples here. 1, you identify the multiplier. The multiplier is found in the known fact and unknown fact. The known fact, we said it earlier on, is what? Is a mathematical sentence with an answer. That is example, 7 times 3 is 21. That is the known fact. 9 times 10, that is 90 here, is the known fact. And then 6 times 7, which is 42, is also known facts. Those that we know the answer are called the known facts. And those that we don't know the answer are called unknown facts. So when a particular number appears in the known fact and at the same time unknown facts, that number we call it what? The multiplier, or we take it to be the multiplier. Okay, good. Nice. to meet you again. And thank you for watching. This one will serve as a revision note for you. Okay, good. You can also write the associate things that's like the notes and everything, the examples and co in your mathematical notes. Okay, so don't forget to watch it again if you do not understand. Okay, bye.